Warning! Tube amplifiers have lethal voltages inside them. Please do not attempt to build, test, or repair these without understanding and following all safety protocols. Hey y'all! Time for another segment on building this new ST70 kit. If there's any parts or tools that are specific to this segment or the build in general, check the description below. Can't guarantee that these links are going to be good months from now, so if they're dead when you go to look, you may have to go hunt these parts somewhere else. Don't email me. I'm not going to hunt them up for you. So, that said, let's get busy building. We got our first heater wires hooked up, like that. And you can kind of tuck that over in the corner a little bit. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hook up the high voltage to the rectifier tube, which is next. And it's going to go to pins 4 and 6. And then 2 and 8 are where the 5-volt heater goes. So we're going to pull this around like this. And this is where little jeweler pliers come in handy to come in here and twist it around the pin. I'll squish it down. That. And we'll solder these two guys in place. That. Then, as you can see, we're already starting to get the bird's nest of wires cleaned up. That's my goal. So, this is the center tap for the heaters. It comes over to this tag strip, and then it's capacitor coupled to ground. And let me scoot this back up a little bit. I think I can probably zoom in a little here, get a little better shot of some of this. And I'm actually going to put these into the bottom hole of this tag strip so it kind of holds this heater down a little better. And that's probably going to go over the top of that, like that. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and tin these two. That. And then, now the instructions say to hook it to this pin and this pin. That doesn't make sense to me. I want to keep these two twisted as tight as I can for as long as I can. And so we're going to put them into this two terminals, and I'm going to solder them into the lower holes of this tag strip, and that'll make it easier to hook up those capacitors later. So just like that, and we'll come in here and solder these wires down here into these lower holes in these terminals. There's one. And there's the other. And then you know it's going to stay up against the chassis, which helps eliminate the 6.3 volt alternating current that's got a pretty good bit of amperage going through it from interacting with any of the other like signal wires, because these are signal wires and I don't want them to be interacting with the heaters. I want to run them up higher like this. So let me see if I can show you this. I like using the three-dimensional space inside of an amp, and so instead of like putting these down here up against the heaters, I'm going to kind of run them up higher like that to those terminals, and the same thing over here. So we got our heaters hooked up. Let's go ahead and hook up the 5 volts to the rectifier tube, and it's going to come over here to pins 2 and 8, and we want to put it in the lower hole because we're going to use the upper hole to pull the rectified DC over to the filter capacitor and the choke to filter the DC. So let's go ahead and keep this fairly short. Again, being careful we don't have any stray wires floating around. And you know, there's a loose one down there. So make sure you get all the little strands. Obviously the wires coming off the transformer are stranded wires, but it's one of the reasons I like using solid core wire for the rest of the wiring inside the amp. If you don't have to fight with this problem with these little strands trying to not go through the hole and end up causing a short. And one of the things we're going to do before we go too far in this, we're going to power this thing up with the output tubes in it. Make sure that we got the heaters working and that we don't have any shorts. And if you do that as you go along, then if there is a problem, it's easy enough to figure out where it is, instead of like wiring up the whole amp and then having a short and trying to figure out where it is. You gotta test it as you go along. There's less stuff to check. There's that one. And yes, there's only 4 wires going to this 8-pin connector. So don't panic about that we're only connecting 4 wires. That's perfectly normal. Okay. So we got the high voltage AC, we got our 5 volt, we got our 6.3 volt going to both the heaters. We got the center tap connected over here, and I'm going to end up running the 120 AC just across the top of the transformer like that, because we're also going to be wiring up the power transformer input differently. We're not going to be running the wires around the sides of the transformer. We're going to be keeping them twisted together and run them over here to the switch. So, and I'll show you how we're going to do that when we get to that point. So this is probably a good spot to take a little break. Okay, so we had soldered the 6.3 volt heaters to the lower holes in these two terminals. So then we took what was left over, this green wire, twisted it up, ran it from the upper holes in these two terminals over here, along, kind of stuffed up in this corner here, up to these two terminals, which would be terminals 2 and 7, 2 and 7. Same thing over here. We had run the 6.3 volt heater over here to terminals 2 and 7. We took what was left over, this brown wire, twisted it up, ran it over to 2 and 7. We're using the lower holes in these two terminals. Same over here, lower holes. So let's solder that up, and then we'll have all of the 6.3 volt heaters for the output tubes all wired up. Get our tip nice and clean and tinned up, and come in here and trying to make sure we catch all the strands. And we solder that up. Same over here. We start on the inside where the loose strands are, and then come over the outside and put a little solder out there. Same thing over here. Let's zoom in a little bit here so you can see how I'm soldering this. And so you heat up the inside. Make sure you get all those strands soldered up. And then you come in from the outside and finish it up. Just like that. Same thing with this one. That way we know we're not going to have any loose strands causing problems in the future. Just like that. And then we'll scoot over and do the other side. And one of the things we're going to do very different than the instructions, they have you as the very last step install the power cord. And I think that's a bad idea, because if you have a problem in the early stages, you won't know it until the very end. And just like I tell people, if they're doing a mod to an existing amp, like on those R8s, don't do the whole thing at once. Do like one little section, especially if you're having to replace a bunch of resistors or something on one of those that has a problem where all the resistors need to be replaced. Do like one little section of it and then plug it in and test it. So once we get these heaters soldered up, we'll only really have one loose power wire that's not hooked up to something, and that's the bias wire, and we'll just tape it off. And the next step we're going to be doing is hooking up the power wire and powering this thing up, and then we can check for the 6.3 volt heater voltage on all these tubes, make sure that all that's working right, And then we can also check the high voltage AC on the rectifier tube socket and make sure that it's all happy. And there we go. So like I was showing you earlier, over here in the corner we've got this red wire is going to be the high voltage for the output transformer. So none of these wires are going to be hot when we do our test here, because we don't have a rectifier tube in, we don't have the filter caps or any of that. We'll do that after we get like all of this hooked up. The last thing we're going to do is do the wiring from the rectifier tube over to this filter cap and finish up the grounds, and we'll put the board in last. And then the very last thing we'll do is the sockets here in the front and the volume control and the RCA jack. All that stuff's going up here in the very front, up into these holes. There's 8-pin sockets in this mono stereo switch thing is where we're going to put the volume control, and then the RCA jacks go right there. So like I said, this wire is the only one left that's not hooked up, that's going to be live, and so we'll cut the end off of that and put some tape over it just to make sure that doesn't short out to something. And all the other AC wires for the transformer have been hooked up to something. So we're going to hook up our power lead to the switch and the fuse in the next segment, and then we're going to power this up, and I'll show you how to check the voltages for that. And I think we've got a lot done. Let's wrap this thing up right here for now. So that wraps up another segment of this ST70 new kit build. Want to add that this is not sponsored by Tubes for Hi-Fi, nor do I have any affiliation with them. This kit was drop shipped to me by a viewer that commissioned me to build this for them. Now, I don't normally do like kit builds professionally, so yeah, I may or may not be willing to do it in the future. We'll see what that's all about, but for now, we're just doing this one for the channel and for some fun. I want to thank all you Patreon supporters and folks that make donations at my website. If you find this information useful, please consider joining my Patreon or making a donation at my website. It really helps fund future projects and keeps this channel going. I also want to thank you regular viewers and especially you subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button. It's not a big deal to do. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps the channel grow and other people see my fun content. So that's going to wrap this up. Until the next segment, have a nice day.